How's it going, everybody? Today I wanted to talk about workers' compensation insurance for manufacturing companies here in the state of Michigan and some of the key things that you should know about this coverage when it comes to protecting your employees and your business. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Brian. I'm an independent insurance agent based here in the state of Michigan, Metro Detroit specifically, and I work with businesses on their commercial insurance programs, as well as helping families and individuals with their personal insurance, their home, their auto insurance as well. My goal with this channel is to pass on a little bit of educational information to you so that you can make more informed decisions around your insurance, whether that's for yourself, your business, or your family, and then overall, help answer any questions that you might have. So let's get into it. And before we get too far into the video, I do want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. And if you find this video helpful, useful, anything like that, please feel free to like and share it with anyone else as well. First, let's start with the basics. Workers' compensation insurance is designed to cover the medical expenses, lost wages, and rehab services for employees that get injured or sick because of their job. It's a crucial safety net for a business to have, not just for your employees, but also for your business as a whole, because it does ensure that your workers can get the care they need if they are ever hurt, and that your business doesn't have to bear that financial burden. It's also important to note that here in the state of Michigan, workers' compensation insurance is required by law to carry by nearly every business that has employees. And not having the coverage in place can lead to fines and penalties. Now, when it comes to the cost of workers' comp insurance, there are a few factors at play. First is going to be your payroll. The larger your payroll, the more you're going to be paying in premiums. Then there is your class codes. These are based on the specific job duties of each employee, with those higher risk jobs obviously costing more, and then jobs like your office staff, salespeople costing less. And then your claims history and your experience modification factor will also play a role in determining what your rates are. If you've had any large or frequent claims in the past, they can impact your experience mod, and a higher mod will mean higher premiums. But improving workplace safety and reducing your claims over time can help improve your mod and reduce it over time. I've made other videos on my channel going into more detail on what the experience mod is, and I'll be sure to link them down below in the description. Another thing to keep in mind with all of this is that workers' comp premiums are subject to an audit, so it is very important to keep your class codes and payroll as accurate as possible. Misclassifying employees or failing to update roles when job duties do change is a common mistake that manufacturing businesses can run into, and this can lead to premium adjustments at the audit. So it is important to make these updates over time so there aren't any big surprises at the audit. Another common mistake that a manufacturing company could be making is selecting low coverage limits, such as only having the state minimum coverage limits, which would be $100,000 per accident, $500,000 for the overall policy limit, and $100,000 for each employee. In most cases, especially in today's environment, those limits just simply aren't enough, especially if an employee is seriously injured. That is why I will always typically recommend looking into $1 million limits across the board. And having those $1 million limits is typically not that much more expensive than $500,000 or the state minimum, but it does provide much more extensive and broader coverage. Another area where businesses could potentially be falling short is around safety and claims management. Failing to report injuries promptly or not documenting the incidents properly can lead to higher costs and delayed claims resolutions. And along those same lines, neglecting your risk management and safety programs can result in more injuries, more claims, which will ultimately lead to higher premiums. As I mentioned briefly before, your experience mod is a reflection of how well you are doing as far as claims go compared to other similar businesses in your industry. So by having safety measures in place and addressing those low-hanging fruit common risks that are around your business, you can not only protect your employees, but also lower your premiums. And finally, let's talk about employer's liability coverage. This is typically included in your workers' compensation insurance program and protects your business from any potential lawsuits if an injured employee does decide to take any sort of legal action. It's an essential part of a well-rounded workers' comp policy and helps give you that peace of mind that if a lawsuit ever does come up, you have the coverage for it. At the end of the day, workers' comp is not just simply about compliance, but making sure that you do have the proper protections and protocols in place for your employees and business overall. So thank you for watching, and if you are looking for help with your workers' comp insurance or commercial insurance in general, I would love the opportunity to work with you and see if our team can help. There are a lot of ways to get a hold of me, and they should all be in the description below. Please feel free to text, call, email, fill out a contact form, whatever is easiest. And if you have any other questions about insurance, whether it's commercial or personal related, please feel free to leave them in the comments below or reach out directly. I would love to help answer those as well. So thank you again.